All right, so I'm gonna start with a little bit of a screen share for you guys, so we can go over some stuff. Let's go over the stuff with screen share, and then we can dive in because it's been a long time since we played, and we're probably gonna need that. Let me know when you can see my screen on Discord. So you want to click on my name and then like go into actually viewing my live stream, and then I can kind of.
I got it.
Yeah, you got it.
Got it.
Everybody there? Perfect. All right, so let's do a little bit of a recap. So this is the family we put together, Fam Jam.
Right.
You guys are the Cornovii house. Very extended. You're one of the main 5 houses of the Cornovii. So, Paul, Flint, you guys are brothers in the main line, and then a matrilinear line, I want to say. Is that what? I'm trying to remember what Dave's linkage is. It's through your uncle, not your.
He's like our first cousin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. It was.
Yeah.
I thought it was a matrilinear, like a female line, but it's a male line. Okay. So he would actually be closer in the succession than you might think. Like he's in the top 10 for it, I would assume. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. 7th in line. It's not bad. He joined the Phillips house, though. That's right. So he married kind of into his mother's wealthy house, since he was the 3rd or 4th born son. He wasn't like well equipped by the family, so he is kind of, he's a cousin, a branch of the family. You have Mad Dog and Darren, who are the also your first cousins, and then you have your half brother Halwyn. You have your young / annoying brother Tarrant. You have your
Good old Taryn.
yeah. You have your Valkyrie warrior Aryan Wen sister, hot-headed sister, and then you've got your cool and collected courtier type sister Dinwin. And then your mom's name is Margit. So that's kind of the background on the house. Any questions of that before we look at the other Cornovii factions?
Nope.
Cool. All right. I will move on to the next sheet. So this is the great houses you recall. There is House Bryn. They're set up in order of how far west to east they are. At least the great houses are, I think. Yes. So there's House Bryn, which is to the mountains to the west. They're the one with Katrin, who's like the witch lady, right?
Right.
The pagan witch.
Yep.
You have House Killdeer. So Killdeer is really coming to the limelight lately. We'll kind of do a recap there, but he's the house that surrounds the major city, the Viraconium. I think that's the name of it. Does that sound right? Cornovii Viraconium or something like that. So his group surrounds the sort of lush lands that surround that city. Then there was the Romans. The Romans occupied the city itself, mainly by House of Iowerth, who their leader got assassinated, along with his wife. You currently have their sister Hannah in your care, if you remember. And then you have a missing brother Hyginus and his wife Krista are still missing. There's no signs on them. Last time they were seen, they were at the assassination. It's just no one's been able to confirm they're alive or dead. No one's seen their bodies, right? So, then there's House of Aeolus. They're the ones that are considered the betrayers. So there's Aeolus, then there's Mavid, and then there's Zeno. Zeno was a major figure so far. He was the one that started the actual, led the men in the coup, basically. So right now, Zeno is still missing. Did we establish it? Did we say Aeolus died?
I can't recall.
I can't remember.
I don't recall either. I will go back and kind of review it after the episode. It's not too important. We know that Zeno is missing, and so are his supporters. And then there's your house we went over. A few other real minor houses we'll just quickly go over. There's other people that have showed up. We have, in the central houses, we have this dude, Enir. We have other minor Viraconium houses. So there was Dorothea and Emilia. And then, of course, other eastern houses. We have Corin and Isilt, who we haven't really talked too much about. Isilt, she just was at one of the feasts. And then there's Marianus, who you guys helped out, but I think you just... Didn't you send him... Did you offer him to stay? Is he one of your guests, too?
He's one of our guests, too, right now.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so Marianus, and... So you have two sort of Roman guests in hiding. And that is the current state of the houses. Now I'll just go quickly to the map and kind of go over the last little bit, and then we're all caught up. So we shall do this. And I will drag you here. So I'm going to zoom in so we can see it better. Basically, you had moved to support a siege on Cornovium that the Cornovii were launching against the Romans, right? Dissatisfied with the coup, you launched an attack against Cornovii. You were successful. You sieged it successfully, and you'd taken over. You'd feasted during the initial days, and then I think that's kind of where we left off. The general premise was that you guys were going to see if you could hunt down Zeno and any factions that he had, because you were not you did not want to leave that unresolved.
Unresolved.
Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. All right, so yeah, your house is over here. Then you have the House of Philip, which is Dave's house. This trading town Stafford, who we haven't really played with too much. And then you have some vassals further this way, who you have not. We have interacted with them. It's been a minute. I'm gonna see if I can quickly get their names, because they're important too. Griff of House Griff, that was one. And the other guy,
redheaded dude.
Yeah.
Amhar.
Yeah, there he is.
Amhar of House Amhar. Yeah. And then you had this messenger guy, if you remember, he got he did die, didn't he? When he went back, they found his head on a pike. So that is the background. That is the summary. Is that pretty comprehensive? Any questions on that?
Yeah, I think so.
I think that's pretty good. I might have some more. That was a lot at once, but that's good.
Okay.
All right, buddy.
All right. So, digging in, we're gonna start with, I think, all of you. How are you gonna go about trying to hunt down Zeno? We're gonna kind of high level this a little bit rather than diving in. We might dive in. We'll see what the roles look like. But what kind of approach? Actually, let's start with, what are the wounds everyone has right now? What's the health level everyone has right now?
Okay. Hold on a sec. My current hit points are 23.
Are they? I thought you got wounded all the way out from the battle.
Well, I thought so too. I don't know why it says that. Because I took.
Oh, you're probably counting up. What are your total?
Oh,
health?
maybe I am counting up.
Yeah. Which is kind of how the sheet works, so that makes sense. So you took 23 hit points out of what were your total hit points for 24? So you're damn near dead. You are.
How did I tell? Oh yeah, my total hit points is 24. Yeah, current hit points Why does it say 23? We didn't get. Oh yeah, we didn't get healed, did we?
No, not that. Not like that. Not that
You
kind of
got
hit.
like revived.
Yeah.
That's right. That's why. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm damn near dead. Yes.
Okay.
That is correct.
So when that happens, we're gonna gloss over it a little bit this time, just for thematic sake. But when that happens, you're basically in need of bed rest and surgery. We'll assume you got your surgery, but now like trying to move or do anything other than rest it out for a month or two is going to potentially cause aggravation, which has rules in the Pendragon. So this is the kind of thing where I think Gwen is going to be resting. This is the long and short of it.
Gwen's resting while we're trying to dig up any dirt we can and figure out where things went.
Exactly. So let's start maybe with Kian, because he is at the leader role. What would you be? How would you be going about trying to hunt down Zeno in the city?
I'd probably start with the last place we saw Zeno, which is the former Lord's manor. See if there's any servants still around that might have heard something, because they're not going to be loyal to him.
Right.
If we go to his properties, they might still be loyal to him, or they might not. That would probably be the next place to check if you don't get any good leads.
Okay, let's. I'm going to start for Kian. Why don't we get a roll first in? I wanna go. Give me a test in honest first and foremost. You are famously honest. Okay, that crits.
Ooh, nice.
That is nice.
Indeed. You learn something interesting. So you go back to this place. The long short of it is they don't know where Zeno went. They don't know. They haven't seen him since the day he came through. But what you get, and what they're trying to cover up, but they kind of, the old man that's telling you about this, the servant that spills the beans, tells you that the Lord Hyginus and his wife Krista did manage to escape. And they said that they're fleeing south.
Ooh.
Okay.
Correction. They said they were fleeing west.
And okay.
Yep. Now I'm assuming you're gonna go around and continue sort of with the questioning, right? Like just any
Yeah, that's kind of.
Give me an intrigue roll.
Yes, this is where I shine.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah.
Sounds about
Sorry,
right.
brother.
Okay. Now give me your best weapon score roll.
You're gonna pummel some intrigue into them.
Dave, are you with him at this time? What is your current health?
Yeah,
at?
I'll be with him as well. I think I'm pretty unhurt actually, because I was in a separate fight.
You were, yeah.
Current hit points is 0, so I'm either fine or dead. Total hit points is 23.
Give me just an intrigue and your best weapon skill.
Okay, intrigue.
Okay.
Yeah, that's about right too. And weapon skill. Okay, carry on. My approach to this would be like if there were serving staff or like potential witnesses and stuff, I'd be trying to like flirt my way into some answers, like putting on a charm. Like I'm not a battle guy, I'm not a intrigue guy. I'd be trying to schmooze my way into information.
Give me a flirt roll.
Okay.
You're like, well, hello there.
Yeah. There we go.
Okay. So this is how this plays out. So eventually, or essentially rather, the two of you are quite unsuccessful with anyone spilling the beans. Dave, you go into I don't want to call it a brothel because I doubt that sort of thing exists, but a place of ill repute, we'll say. Hoping
Pull out my VIP card.
Yeah, you find a lady who claims to have had Zeno as a regular lover. Basically, she, with Paul kind of not standing far by asking questions, she, gets close to you, you're talking. All of a sudden, she pulls a knife on you and actually stabs you.
Nice. Okay.
You're like, this is where my flirting has gone.
So you take 11 damage. You have no armor on current.
Oh, I'm wearing nothing yet. 11. Okay. Ow. Current hit point. And sorry, we count up, so my current hit points would go to 11. Or no?
You had no wounds from the battle? Maybe not, because you were pretty cautious actually.
Yeah, I was in a separate fight. I was the cav.
Yeah, so you take 11.
I think we've been counting up. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll put 11 down. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, because that's what I did. Because I was.
Alternatively, you guys can convert right now to just subtract your turn it into your hit points remaining, just like we're used to. That's fine.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna change mine just to 1.
Yeah. When you convert that,
I'm not, just to confuse everyone.
Right.
It sounds good.
I'm gonna go in the middle.
Paul only has 8 health.
Take the average.
Yeah. So okay. So
I was just about to say thanks, Chris.
There's only a recorded.
Yeah, no kidding.
There's only a couple of attributes that are worth noting when you're taking wounds. One is knockdown. So I've mastered the system a bit more than I had understood it previously. If you face your knockdown in damage in one hit before your armor is applied, you have to make a dex roll if you're on foot, or a horse roll if you're on horse, not to fall over. If you take double your knockdown score before armor applies, then you just fall over. Like, that's just it. Like, so a big guy like Paul, he needs 18 to even potentially be knocked down. But if he gets hit hard enough to be like critted by a giant, he's gonna automatically fall down.
Yeah.
When you're on foot, you might suffer 2 or 3 damage from that. When you're on a horse, you take 6 damage. So it can be nasty. I've seen people go into death range from falling off the horse after getting really, really like badly wounded. It's like they fall and hit their head on a rock afterwards, right? So,
Holy shit.
And then there's major wound. So anytime you take more damage than your con, you take a major wound. And a major wound means you automatically need surgery. It has to come all from one strike, right? So you want to make sure you track.
Yeah.
There's that little box that says wounds. You want to, every time you get a different damage applied to you, you want to mark down minor wound or major wound. Whenever you get a major wound, you have to test to see if you even remain conscious, because it might knock you out, like when you get a major wound. Usually you won't fail that because it's like a con roll, and odds are usually in the favor of the Cymric. But if you, even if you succeed, you require surgery. So it's
oh wow,
and you can suffer permanent attribute loss. So battle is deadly as shit in this game, just in case.
Which is realistic, right?
Yes.
Like that's how it would be.
Yeah. It doesn't pull punches. It's an 80s game. You know how they were.
Yep.
Yeah.
Totally.
Okay, so mechanics and jargon aside, I think what happens is, Dave, you're completely got caught off guard, and like you left your spear like off to the side, because all you had was this lady. Why would you kept your guard down? So she manages to get like 2 quick jabs with her dagger in on you, and then Paul cuts her down.
Yeah, that hurt. So I took 11, and my knockdown is 11.
Okay. Make a dex roll.
Oh yeah, okay.
So dex roll.
You're fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You stagger back. It would have been a real minor amount of health. And what's your total hit points?
Total is 23.
So it's a pretty ugly hit.
Yeah, I think that's more damage than I've taken in the entire game.
I think that is.
Yep.
So you have 12 hit points left, so we'll convert current hit points to 12.
Oh, okay.
And then we'll put
yeah.
minor wounds in there for you, just to kind of show you.
Okay, cool.
So at 6, Dave, you'll notice another key thing on your sheet called unconscious. When you hit 6 health left, if all you have is 6, you fall unconscious.
Okay.
Like automatically, kind of thing.
Okay. What is chirurgery needed?
Surgery.
Is that... Okay, so that's the surgery.
When you take a major wound, you'll take that going forward.
Right, okay.
I've been trying to ease you guys into the system because that can get pretty overwhelming, but now it's... Also, I wasn't as strong on the battle system, combat system as before, so now I am. Okay, so we'll assume that, like, as she's kind of dying there, Paul, she smiles, and says basically, "You won't get him. He's left by water." And you know that there's a river, you can probably see it near Cornovium, that flows south.
Okay.
So that was probably his exit. He probably left by water.
Alrighty.
All right.
I curse and make a comment about liking it rough, but not that rough.
Like, I mean, come on. Like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Didn't even have a chance to use your safe word.
Good point.
That'd be awesome.
Okay, so we're gonna move forward. I wanna get through this year. I'm gonna be punching through a little bit. Just we sat stagnant for a long time, so I'm gonna move us along at like a year per session pace for a while, just to kind of there's some meat of this game I think I'd like to get to eventually, and I've really appreciated what we've done so far. But with like a month off, I figure we can hit the fast forward a little bit. Go at 2 times speed for a while.
Yeah.
Awesome. So we'll start with I'm gonna say like 15 weeks go by. Flint, what is your healing rate on your sheet?
My healing rate, 3.
Okay, so you get 45 health back, basically your full health, whatever your current health, or whatever your maximum health is, you're back.
So I'm 24. Okay.
And if he's got that, I guarantee you all got your health back at this point. So
yeah, if I was almost dead, then yes.
Yeah, like they might have a smaller healing rate than you, but still, 45 means that even at half that, everyone else got their health back.
Yeah, totally.
Okay. Anything, Paul? So, what I'd like to know from you is we've got Cornovium now free of the Roman rule. What are you going to make any particular moves from there? Or are you just happy to be rid of the Romans?
I think primarily I'm happy to be rid of the Romans. An outlook towards some modicum of peace between our tribes seems good. To kind of flesh out where kind of our place in this is before we start any sort of warring, you know what I mean?
Totally.
probably have some feelers out on strengths of the other tribes, just so that we know if anything happens.
Yeah, that's a good idea too. Like sort of like having messengers or something like that. People just out there.
Yeah.
Okay. So you end up hearing actually from House Amhar and House Griff that their lands were raided while they were in Cornovium. They blame the tribe not terribly far from you, the Koritani tribe, which you kind of border on their lands.
Okay.
They blame them. Do we know anything about them, Bob? Like, do we know? Does that seem to fit? We're like, oh yeah, it's those fuckers.
No, not necessarily. You don't have like necessarily a long history of feuding with them. Like you know them as another Cymric tribe. Like you guys all pretty much, you have your own identities as far as tribes, but you're all Cymric, aka like Celtic, right? So you go back far enough, and
yeah,
that's true. You have some kind of relations, but that could literally be hundreds of years at this point. You haven't with the Roman structures. You haven't seen this kind of chaos and raiding really in your time, right? Like the wars you fought were more from external raiders, like raiders from off the island, invaders, really, right? Not your border tribes.
Yeah, okay.
So did there seem to be any signs that it could be like incited by because we saw I'm pretty sure earlier we saw them using barbarian type guys to kind of attack, and am I correct in that? The Romans had like guys attacking to make it, or the Picts or something to make it look like it was something else, or
there were Romans dressed as Picts. Yep.
Oh, okay, right. Okay.
Yep. Are you asking if there's any potential that someone is?
Yeah, could it be more trouble stirred up like that? Did anything look? Did we hear any reports of anything being off, or did it just look like legitimately like a border dispute kind of raiding of neighbors?
Trusting versus suspicious.
Okay. So just like test. Okay.
Yep.
Test one of them.
I test both.
Okay, test both. So trusting. Okay, and then test suspicious as well. I fumbled, so I don't know. It's perfectly normal. Everything's all right.
Everything's fine.
The war is over, guys.
Yeah, it's all good.
We're all buddies here.
I'm gonna do something fun. Under your traits, there's a little plus sign to add more. When you click it, you'll see, Dave, add a directed trait.
Mm-hmm.
Put trusting Romans, and then roll me a d4.
D4. 2.
All right. So your trusting is normally a 10, but when you're dealing with Romans, it's a 12.
Okay.
Generally, Corin's just had a good time in Roman. There's those guys, but those guys are dicks. Like Zeno and them are they're an exception. Normally, Romans are really, really trustworthy. Like
except for when they stab you.
Well, except for that guy and the other one that just stabbed you just now.
And the other guy.
Yeah.
Except for that guy. Oh, and that guy.
Yeah. And it's not extreme, right? It's 12 versus 8.
Yeah,
or 12 versus 10.
Yeah. Versus 10, yeah.
That's awesome.
That's pretty great.
But yeah, there's no particular signs that this wasn't the Koritani or this was someone else. It would seem very that's some massive conspiracy if they've got allies marching on your border at the same time as they're fleeing the city. It couldn't have been in follow-up to the city. It could have been orchestrated ahead of time. They could have had some kind of alliance. But what you're tending to hear across all of Britain right now is that the Cymric tribes are turning on Romans and kind of overthrowing cities, and the Cymric tribes are starting to have border clashes as well. Which have, border clashes have always kind of existed a little bit, but not like frequent raiding and pillaging and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not unless there's some major feud, right? So that's kind of what the lay of the land is right now. Is there anything you guys want to do as you move into winter? Or before you move into the winter? Is there any particular details you want to do?
So when we talk to Griff and
Amhar?
the other guy,
Amhar?
what are their what's Amar's and Griff's outlook on this? Are they wanting to like strike back, or are they wanting to see how things go? Because they're our vassals, right?
Yeah, so both of them...
Because do we want to leave that, right? Do we want to leave it just as a unchecked?
If you consult them on that, both of them, what they ask for now is they're not gonna incite you to war for that, but they ask for the right to fortify. So what you know is that offering the right to a vassal to fortify can be a slippery slope. If they build their own fort and it becomes defensible enough, they could become a future rebel of your line, right? It's creating another seat. Now, that being said, your eastern borders are pretty weak. So it's not an unreasonable request. I think it's a matter of whether Kian values sort of the vassal's well-being more than the seat of power for his family, or whether he values the seat of power for his family over his vassals.
I think thus far, Kian's always kind of gone for the well-being over extending his own power.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't personally, if they ask that of me, I'll say yes, because and they're distant relatives too, right? So who am I to deny family the right to defend themselves against raiders?
Totally.
Okay. I like it. Okay. So we're going to do a quick little event for each of you, just kind of rolled out, and see what the hell happens. Okay, let's do a summer solo for each of you. We'll start with Dave. Actually, Flint, we haven't rolled anything with you in a while. Give me a D6 roll, good sir.
Just a standard D6?
Yeah. 4.
My I don't know what it is. My internet's really laggy right now for some reason. There, yes, 4.
Okay. I've got like sirens going off in the background for like the last 10 minutes straight. It's kind of distracting me.
Yeah, no doubt.
Like, I'm like, how, are they just driving around in circles, or like can't find the house? Yep. Probably like right next door. I'm making fun of it. It's like some major event.
People being murdered.
Bob's house is actually burning down around him. He's so focused.
Right. Give me another D6 roll plus 2, Flint.
D6 plus 2?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna add. No, so where will it be?
So 6 total?
Good God, so 6 total. Sorry, I'm getting to a lag. I'm gonna like reboot, not reboot, but reboot my page. Yeah, 6 total.
Okay. Interesting. me see what that is.
It's just laggy.
Is anyone else having lag?
Not that I've noticed.
Yeah, it's only roll 20 for me. I don't know what that is. That's weird. It's okay. It's not a serious barrier. It's just gonna take me a little bit. It just takes a little bit more, a little longer. It's all good.
Okay. Okay, give me one last d6, good sir.
One.
Yeah.
No, a 1.
Okay, I'm just trying to interpret this here. So you end up on a little bit of an adventure by yourself, Gwyn.
Oh,
It's
okay.
you're pagan, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You end up lost in the woods.
This is great.
Please give me, let's start with a awareness, a hunting, and a fairy lore roll, please.
He was never seen again.
It's literally that's it. Okay. Hunting first.
Yep.
Hold on. Sorry, like I said, it's gonna take a second. I don't know why it's so laggy. No, that's not.
Is anyone else having that?
No, no one else is. Just me. Hunting failure.
Maybe
Next.
you could always reboot your system whenever it's the next person's turn to go. If you
Yeah,
want.
maybe I will, and I'll just try it. Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
just see what's happening.
Hunting awareness. Okay. Tick awareness, if you don't have it ticked already.
I don't. Okay.
And fairy lore.
This will be good. I have a 1 in fairy lore, so let's see.
Oh, so close.
Well, it's close.
Oh, it was close.
All right.
Okay, I'm gonna reboot.
No, you're not done.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, I'm not done. Sorry. Sorry.
Roll. Test your spiritual trait. That goes up
Critical.
by 1 automatically, and you
Nice.
tick it again.
So I take it,
Yeah, and it goes up by 1 automatically.
and so it'll go to 11, 9.
And then you tick it again. So whatever happened here is profound for you from a pagan perspective. Okay, so next trait I think is gonna be, let's see. It's fun for Gwyn. I want to test something you're famous in. What are you famous in? Test
My intrigue's pretty high.
no traits.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, traits.
Yeah. Please test your prudent.
Because I'm famous and reckless.
Makes sense. Tick reckless,
Yeah.
please.
Take reckless. Okay.
And then test your honest. Tick deceitful. Now, I want you to test your 3 highest passions. Minus any hates, unless it's hate fairy.
No, I just hate the Irish. Okay, my 3 highest would be Lord, Family, and Hospitality. So Lord, Success, Family. Oh, Family failed. So close to critical.
Tick Lord.
And my Tick Lord.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
my Hospitality is Success. Yeah.
Tick Hospitality as well.
Okay, cool.
The last thing we're gonna do here is you're gonna roll something for me, friend. You're gonna roll a straight D20.
$10.
Let me just pull this up. Okay. 10 exact time. Okay. We'll assume, give me one more D6.
A whopping 1.
Okay. The whole event takes you 1 month, and you return in 1 month's time. You end up, you end up meeting with a lord in the forest. His keep is kind of like none you ever have been at. Like,
okay,
it's one of those places where you almost don't want to leave when you're done, but you finally end up sort of your I guess your it wasn't your love for your family that actually drew you back. It was your obligation to your brother.
That makes sense.
Yeah, you knew that you had to go, and it was like a really sweet setup. And the lord of the house had an absolutely beautiful daughter who you got to spend time with. And
so what you're saying is it's Celtic Rivendell.
Yeah, it's a good way to look at it.
I like that.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. Flint, I want you to make like a no, you passed that roll. Never mind. You don't have to do that. So you can go ahead and reboot now. That was your scene. So
okay, that sounds good. Okay, I'll be right back, guys.
yeah, go ahead, and we'll go to Dave next. Dave, give me a D6 roll,
Ready?
please.
D6. 1.
All right. So this is something that happens to you in your own home, which remember is not their home anyways. So
right.
So you return to home. So give me another D6.
6.
And I'm gonna do something real quick with some play aids from another game that'll help me with this one. Go with a theme and action. So give me a D100 roll.
Okay. Whoops. D100. 7.
Okay. And another D100.
91.
Ooh, avenge pride. Interesting. Okay, so something happens when you get back home. I'm just gonna look at your family line here real quick.
Yeah.
You find out that actually we're gonna start with rolling on your stuff and figure out kind of what happens from here. I need to begin with what did you roll again on your last roll?
91.
And you rolled a d6 or 6 on your d6?
Yeah.
Okay. I want you to make an intrigue score.
Okay, intrigue roll. I'm really good at this. Carry on. With a failure.
Okay. So the intrigue fails. I need a proud.
Proud. Okay.
Actually, sorry, not proud. What's the opposite of proud?
Modest.
Modest roll.
Okay. Oops. Oh, why can't I? Oh, there we go.
Modest, eh?
Ooh.
Tick modest.
Alright.
I want you to give me. If you're modest. I need a courtesy roll.
Courtesy. Nope.
Okay. Interesting. So that's so far we're at 1 skill, 2 traits. Okay. Horse and spear roll, good sir.
Okay, so horsemanship. Okay.
Tick
Success.
horsemanship.
Okay.
If you don't have it ticked already.
And then spear expertise is success.
Tick it.
Yep.
Okay. I need you to test merciful, which will be, I think, your last.
Okay.
Modest.
Yep, success.
Modest, merciful. We got 3 or 4 skills, right? So we got intrigue, courtesy, and horsemanship, and spear. So we've done that. So then this is merciful and modest. You've done so far.
Do I need to tick merciful or?
Yeah. Yes, please do it, and then test justice, or just is your last.
Yes. Oh, there it is. Fail.
You're not very just.
Nope.
No.
So like that, well.
Meh.
In that case,
What are you gonna do?
you pass merciful though.
Mm-hmm.
Tick arbitrary.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's what happens. You return home to find out there's sort of a buzz amongst the home, but you can't figure out what's going on. You have a hedge knight who's been staying as a guest in your house. You end up finding out that your father's dead, right? You end up finding out in a very embarrassing way that your mother has been having a fling with this hedge knight and is pregnant. Like early stage
lovely.
pregnant.
Wow.
And you aren't okay with that. So you failed your... What was it you failed? You passed modest, so you didn't lash out about it, right? Your pride didn't take over you there. But when you went to address the issue and ask him off your land, you did so poorly, courtesy-wise, right? So you ended up in a duel with him, a duel to the first yield, and you made him yield.
Okay.
You spared his life. You didn't kill him, which you probably could have done. But the way you dealt with it, now I need your help on this one. You didn't deal with it in the most just-oriented way. You dealt with it in an arbitrary way. What do you think that might look like?
Not a just way. I would.
Do you think, like, did you? Well, you didn't. You passed merciful, so it's weird. It's like you got to be not just, but also not cruel. Has to be somewhere in the middle.
Could he have embarrassed him?
Spanked him with the flat of the blade.
Yeah, did something embarrassing, but
not cruel. Yeah, I like
not
that.
cruel. You know,
Yeah.
like he did something, and then later he's like, "Ugh."
Do you like tie him
him?
up naked in your like
Oh,
hang him up
Lord.
naked for a while? And then... Wait, that's
Yeah,
cruel. That's cruel, isn't it?
Well, because he would be upset, right? And it's sort of like it's in his mind. He's like, you shouldn't do that. But yeah, I guess that is kind of cruel, though.
Do you send your mother off with him?
Send her off with him.
Is that the arbitrary line?
I guess so. Yeah, I'll
You sort of like
'cause I'm
banish
kind of-
her.
Yeah, kind of banish, but not really. Like they've now got to go to a house at the outer border of the lands and kind of not be in the house. I guess I don't know. Kind of like
Yeah, you're a minor house anyways, right? And her
Yeah.
line is like technically over. Like she would have to find a new husband, and you would have
Right.
to approve the new husband. But by sending her off, by banishing her, you're effectively releasing her to the wild with this guy. Who's
Yeah,
And when I say
yeah,
hedge
I
knight, I misspoke because there aren't knights yet. It's like a wandering mercenary rider, right? So this isn't someone that's formally under any sort of chain of command like you guys are.
right. Yeah, I would probably send her away. I'd be mad about the situation, but not mad enough, I guess, to kill anybody. So this is my way of probably saving my pride a bit and getting them out of sight.
Perfect. I like it. Cool. Well, that's an interesting little tidbit.
Yeah.
You also your quest came with 75 glory, which is why there are higher stakes there. So you gain 75 glory for winning that duel.
Okay, cool. 75. So this. So my current glory, I've got this game, and I've got a total.
This game, yeah, it's 75 to this game. Yeah.
Okay, so should I have from previous time? Do I need to combine my?
Nope. Only at the
Correct.
end of a year.
Okay, cool. Sounds good. Perfect.
It really should have said this year, not this game, but whatever.
Gotcha.
The game assumes you finish a year every
Right.
session because it assumes that
Okay.
you're playing for 4 hours every time you get together,
Okay.
where we play for about an hour and 20.
Yeah.
So, all right, we're gonna deal with Paul next.
Perfect. I'm just gonna step away for a sec while you do,
Yeah.
Paul.
See you later. Give me a D6, Paulie. 6. All right. Do you want something at home? So 6 is you actually get to select one of the above. Do you want something at home? Do you want this to be something to do with the Cornovii? Do you want this to be something to do with your vassals, like those who report to you? Or do you want to have a bit of a adventure or a love, like a love situation happen?
I think something close to home sounds good.
Okay.
But not romance related.
Yes, understood. So something to do with the matters at home, right? And not necessarily to do with your vassals, or or the Cornovii directly. Just more of your people. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, it could be to do with the vassals. That doesn't bother me either.
Let's do that. Let's do. Give me a D10 roll. Add +2 to it.
So I guess 8 then.
8 total. Okay. We won't play this out, but I think you host a feast for your people. This can be like the winter feast.
Sweet.
So I need you, Paul, to roll one more D6. 6. Okay. Pick 3 courtly skills and roll them. Some examples are dancing, flirting, romance, intrigue, courtesy, singing, orate, gaming.
Alrighty.
Tick dancing.
Nice.
Sweet, buddy.
Whoa! Rocking it.
Make it a 12
Gaming.
and then tick it again. All right. And
What's another one? No, that's not. What's another one? My orate sucks, but I feel like shit, why not?
You only live once.
There it is.
there it is. Still working on it. Okay, and then test temperate. Okay, you get hammered at this feast. So tick indulgent.
Has, are we at this feast or just Paul?
I think you guys are there. Yep.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
Who's at home?
Has Paul? Have you ever got hammered before?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Just curious.
Not since I became like the leader.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm
And
more
that makes and that
more
makes-
buttoned up at that point.
Okay. Give me a chase roll next.
How chaste are you?
All right.
Oh.
Tick chase, good sir. As one of the serving girls is making eyes at you, and you manage to avoid it.
Like
Hello,
your mad dance moves.
Despite being hammered too. So that's worth noting. What else would be good? I think you're famously honest, so please tick honest for me, or test honest for me.
You're so honest you don't even need to test it.
And tick generous, or test generous. Right. All right. So tick up generous too. So basically, you end up with, by being the host of this little gathering, you end up gaining 75 glory in those ticks.
Cool.
Right. And yeah, like basically the general short of this is you you make this a moment to remember, and since you guys were all wounded and not really able to properly celebrate in the city, you kind of make this winter to remember. And on Yule,
nice.
you all absolutely get hammered on Yule. It's a ton of fun. I think Paul, in this case, we haven't really gone into Libram spending, so we won't worry about that too much. But like you go all out on the spending. That's the generous tick. You manage to avoid any embarrassment, which honestly the whole taking your own maid or servant to bed, it's not the worst thing for a lord to do, a pagan lord to do. They don't really have those kind of rules and laws. But it's just, it's always awkward to end up with a child that you didn't necessarily plan to look after. So you do manage to ignore that or avoid that. And with that, guys, we're going to go into the winter phase now. So we can move into the year 413. Okay. So first things first, let's start with experience checks. So open up your sheets. Every single thing that you checked, you want to roll it. If you fail it, you get to raise it by 1. If you crit it, you raise it by 1 and you check it again. If you fumble it, it just counts like a failure. And if you succeed at it, nothing happens. So the idea with this is the lower the skill that you have a check in, or the lower the
harder it is.
No, the lower it is, the easier it is. The higher it is, the harder it is.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Sorry, yes, that's what I meant. Yeah.
Cool.
So you guys can all kind of just start rolling on your experience checks now. Okay, it counts as a failure, Paul, so you just go up and chase by 1.
I'll just let you guys finish, and then I'll do mine all together.
Yeah, I think that might be a good way to do it.
That way it's not confusing that way.
Yeah, I'll hold off. I tested arbitrary, but I'll wait till the others are done.
So basically, if I succeed, I just uncheck it, pretty much, right?
Correct. If you succeed, you just uncheck it. If you fail it or fumble it, you raise it and then uncheck it. Hey, going up in Valorous.
Nice.
Gaming makes sense. Hey, your aura did go up. Look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, nowhere to go but up from there.
Yeah. You know, that's the most disappointing thing when you're like, I got a 2 in this skill. It's good enough for sure. You roll a 1. You're like,
Yep.
How do you roll the ones that we've added to like diplomacy?
Good question.
I think I got. There's a little button that's gray beside it, and I tried it. So.
Yeah, that's it. It's your dice button. It shouldn't have been a 0 threshold, though. That's weird.
I think I probably put. It was probably at 1.
Yeah.
And I probably forgot to put it on.
Yeah, it's all good. Just it goes up to 2. Is that the? Oh, you saw.
Do we test battle and sword?
Yep. The only things that can't be raised this way are attributes. These are the ones that are very hard to get successes on anything.
Yeah.
Plus. Okay, that is Paul. Paul will get. Dave, you want to roll next?
Sure. So I did arbitrary there as Paul was starting, and it passed. So I just uncheck it, nothing happens.
Correct.
Okay, cool. Merciful. Okay, nothing happens. Modest. Alright, carry on. Lord, loyalty,
like that.
Lord.
Never mind.
Yep,
Go
yeah,
this
that's about
way.
right.
Sounds good.
Hospitality. Yep, no, nothing's happening. Okay. Boating. I'm a 1, so.
Hey,
Ooh,
there you go. So it goes up by 1. You have a boating of 2 now.
nice. And I uncheck it?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, excellent. I'm better at boating. Flirting.
I have no idea why you have boating.
I don't remember.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's random. Hunting. Oh,
Hey, there you go.
Hunting goes up by 1. Orate.
Hey.
There we go, up to 12. Sinking.
Oh, so
I thought you said sinking for a second. I was like,
Yeah.
no, that's the opposite of boating.
I failed my boating.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I failed my boating and now I have sinking.
your horsemanship goes up and it remains ticked.
Nice. 16. Okay, cool. Spear expertise. Alright, cool. I think that's everything for me. Yep.
Turns out being in the cavalry during battle and fighting in a duel helped you out with your horsemanship a little bit.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll go to Flint next. For Paul and Dave, just up your age on your sheet by 1.
Okay, I'll start with deceitful. Failed.
Awesome.
So deceitful.
10 and 10
my
split.
So yeah, 10 and 10. So that it gets unchecked and goes up to 10 and 10, or 10, and then honest goes down to 10. Okay.
Yep.
Reckless. Succeeded, so just uncheck.
Good. We don't want that to go any.
I don't think so. Spiritual. Success, so that just gets unchecked. Valorous. Success, that goes unchecked. That's fantastic. Loyalty, Lord.
Oh.
Success gets unchecked. I know, so close, eh? Family. Success. God damn it.
There we go.
Hospitality.
There you
Why
go.
is my hospitality? I don't care about that shit.
Remember though, you spent all that time in that fairy court.
Yeah, apparently that did wonders. Okay, so my hospitality's up.
Learned which fork is for salad there.
Yeah.
Yep, 100%.
Okay.
Manners
my
were very important. Actually.
Come on, fail. Fail, fail! Shh. That's what I really want to go up, is my intrigue. Okay, I didn't think so.
Hey, there you
Oh,
go.
my sword went up.
Nice.
Nice.
Almost
Sword
a
is
crit.
16 now. Yeah, I know that would have been amazing. Okay, I think that's it, Bob.
Okay.
For all mine, so my age goes up.
Your age goes up, and then we're gonna do. No one has kids yet, right?
Thank God, nope.
No one has marriage, and no one wants to try and establish a marriage at this point.
Not quite yet.
I
Okay.
probably have a lot of little Corins running around, but I'm not married.
Okay. Do you want another little horn running around? You can literally roll to see if you have another. Like that's an option in this game is to.
Yeah, I might as well. He's pretty promiscuous, so it's gonna happen.
Okay. Give me a d20 roll.
Dave, that was great. He's like, yeah, I probably should.
Otherwise, the numbers just don't add up. 13.
Twins.
Ooh, nice.
No way.
Yeah.
We'll call that
That's
lucky.
awesome.
Roll a d6 twice.
Okay. Okay. A 1 and a 1.
2 little daughters.
Okay.
Nice.
Do you have a sense of, is this like some servant girl versus something scandalous?
Probably,
Yeah.
yeah. It's. I mean, he's cooped up over winter.
Mhm.
Stuff's gonna happen.
Yep. Understood. What is your character's lustful?
Oh, that's his famous
Oh, it's right.
trait. Yeah,
Yeah,
16.
that makes sense then.
Yeah.
Never mind. I shouldn't
Yeah.
even have. Yeah, that's so good.
He can't not.
Yeah, that's fair.
You can't not. You just can't. You can't not do it.
Not do it. We're not going to worry about the economics. They'll come in at a later stage of the game. But we will just see how brutal the weather is. I'll just make that roll right now. I think it's a 3d6 plus 6 is what that is. 19. Yeah, so it was a rough year for growth, like for crops and stuff. But we won't worry about that. We'll assume you guys did okay in it. Your mother is your steward, right, Paul? That's what we established?
Yeah.
Okay. With it being a rough year, do you think you guys would have spent a little bit of money to live normally? Could have been your gaming, actually. I was going to say that. I forgot to say that. Like, I think what happened is you did so well in gaming, Paul, too, that you actually had the money to pay for, like, the feast that you put on. And then we'll assume you stay at a normal lifestyle. If you ever want to, like, go to rich or extravagant, you can do so. But we'll probably do, like, a test to see if it works out.
Yeah. I think normal's good.
Yeah. We won't worry about horse survival stuff yet. I think if you guys end up in a state where you all have different manners, we'll definitely do a lot more of that. Experience improvement. So this is the point where you actually get to decide one thing that you want to improve. You can get a pool of 5 skill points and spread them across any skills under 14. Just skills though. Or you can choose a skill greater than 15 and raise it like 15 or greater and raise it by 1, right? Or you can choose one attribute or passion and just raise it by 1. Let me know if you need me to review those again.
Yeah, do you want to go through that one more time?
Yeah. So you can get a pool of 5 skills, and you can spread that across any skills so long as they're under. Your skills have to be under 15, right? So you get a pool. You could choose to have a pool of 5 points to spread across your skills under 15. You can have one skill that you raise by that is 15 or over, so you're raising it by 1 point, or you can choose to raise an attribute or passion at any level by 1 point.
Or an attribute or passion. Okay.
If these skills are lower, can you put more than 1 point into them?
Yes.
Like if
you could put if you had a 10, you could put it 5 points into that skill.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or you put 3 in, put 2 into another skill, that kind of thing. And when I say attribute or passion, I want to note that traits are also in that list, so you can choose to raise a trait by 1 as well.
Right. You know what, Bob? I think I'm going to boost my intrigue from 15 to 16.
Okay.
I am done.
Paul and Dave, just let me know once you've decided what you're doing.
For sure.
I'm doing skills. Is battle included in that list of skills?
Yep.
Okay, cool. All right. Okay, one more. Okay, I'm good. I upped my orate, my awareness, and my battle.
Nice.
It's just one attribute, right?
Yes, correct. At any level, so even if it's like a 1 in the attribute, you only get it to go to 2.
Now, and forgive me, does Dex help with the to hit in this game?
No, not at all. Dex would be used for things like staying up if you're on foot and you get hit for, like, if you're challenging knockdown. It'll keep you from falling over. If you're on a horse, so it's horsemanship, so it doesn't always help. The other thing Dex tends to come up with is, like, there might be a point where it's like you move to catch something, right, as it's falling, or you're trying to sneak around. That would be like Dex.
Okay.
What I love about Dex is, like, most games, Dex is like the do-all, say-all. Like, it's like one of the best ones, and it can cover everything. In this game, it's not really useful that much, but when it's needed, it's really needed. Like, it's like, roll this Dex not to fall over prone while you're in the middle of a battle. Okay, yeah. Oh, sounds like a way not to die. Yeah.
I think I'm just going to raise my sword again.
That's fair. What's that put you at?
18.
Holy
nice.
Yep, that's it. I'm done.
Okay.
I know, it's not when you got 1 to do, you're just like, yep, good.
So now you guys...
It's like, I could be better at talking.
Or smiting.
I could talk with my sword.
My sword. I want you guys to calculate your glory. So you take your glory earned this game, and you add it to your glory that you had before. And that becomes your new glory. And if anyone hits 1,000 glory, please let me know. I don't think any of you are quite there yet. Probably a year away.
Sorry, say that again, Bob, about the glory.
You take your glory this game, and you remove it and add it to your total glory.
Oh, okay, right.
Your glory this game becomes 0, and your total glory becomes this game plus your previous total.
Okay. So we should just have this game 0 and then a total of whatever it is.
Yeah, exactly.
Dunzo.
Awesome. You guys are actually really close to each other. That's pretty impressive. Like within 20 each. Usually there's some wild, like, disparity. So.
Yeah, I noticed that. I was like, I remember when we were getting it, even when it was separate things, we would get around the same.
Yeah.
That's great.
So it's useful, right? Another mechanic that you guys haven't dealt with yet is that glory, once you pass the 1,000 threshold, and every time you pass the 1,000 threshold, you get a glory bonus where you get that whole add 1 to anything on your sheet kind of thing. So, glory's useful. It can add things. Let's do one last thing, or 2 last things. We're going to do a family event and a manor luck table. So, for the family event, why don't we get Flint to roll it?
Sure. How am I rolling the family event?
Please give me a d20 to start.
11.
An 11. A family event. And it was an odd, so it's table B for rolling. Give me a d20. Let's see which family member.
D20. 20.
A cousin.
Ooh.
Oh,
my cousin.
Yeah. Okay. And now let's see family table event B. Give me a D100.
Perhaps a certain Corin.
Could be a Mad Dog.
77. Double sevens.
I'm trying to understand this one. Roll that again. because I don't understand that one. I think it might be old. So give me another D100. Perfect.
Big 60.
So your cousin, one of your cousins, leaves on a pilgrimage to a sacred place relevant to their religion. You're pagan.
Well, it's definitely not Corin.
Yeah.
He's like, I got twins coming. I got to get the hell out of here.
I'm off to Celtic Rivendell.
Yeah, that's right. I told him all about it. He's like, I'm going.
Maybe this is Darren. You remember Darren? Mad Dog's younger brother?
Mad Dog's brother?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so apparently when this happens, they do this. It looks like whenever this comes up, they have to roll. So give me a D6 roll, Flint. He returns alive.
3. Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah.
No, I think you're misreading it there, Bob. I think it's if they get a 1, they're killed. If they get a 6, they return alive. Otherwise, they're still out per year, and we re-roll this every year.
Oh, you're right. Interesting.
Oh, yeah.
So Darren's like MIA. He's off.
So they get 15 glory per year they're away.
Interesting. He would have asked your leave to do this too. Like he had a vision. He needs to make sense of it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
So we just got to remember to do that next year too.
Yeah.
Note to self.
Yeah.
Note to self. Yeah. Don't leave him stranded.
Well, maybe I'll put Darren. Don't forget he's on a pilgrimage somewhere in a note. Okay.
Darren pilgrimage.
Yeah. Let's do. So there's the manor rolls. We're gonna assume that things are more or less in good. Give me a D6, both Dave and Paul.
4.
Okay, both even. It's gonna be good luck. So starting with good luck. Let me just find that table. Okay, so manor luck table. There we go. Good luck results. Give me a D100, both Dave and Paul.
3.
3.
I don't like that because it's reroll Paul in this case. Okay, so for Dave, your steward has an excellent year, so you actually end up making some money this year. So you have a couple extra Librum. Just maybe roll a D4.
Okay.
High number, Dave.
Okay.
No.
1.
You get 1 extra Librum this year.
Okay.
Extra
Do I need to
spending. I would write
write
that
that
down.
down?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there a spot?
There should be a
for-
wealth or gold or Librum.
Oh,
section.
Libra value.
Yeah, right 1. So that's like additional. That's like savings. You put that in the savings account, so to speak.
Right.
Everything else is assumed to be paid for, but you're also, because the crit, you're living like wealthily this year. So anything you do is like well done. For Paul, the reroll is a 42. A neighbor, Paul, from your north, says his family owes you guys a favor, and you can call upon him once.
Cool.
Yeah. So, given you guys are
that
a major house, this would be like a minor house that would be willing to go to war with you or defend for you or whatever you might have for.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and wrap up there as we move into
Awesome,
the year
man.
413. It's good to
Love
be
it.
back in the swing of things.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
is.
that was
That was
fun.
really
fun.
really fun.
Good recap.
I've been missing it.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
See you guys
Back
next
on
time.
board.
I really
Have a
wish
good night,
you guys were around for Friday nights.